My name is Mike Parsons and I'm the acting chairman of Cannon Park Community Association. Earlier today I spoke to a number of residents on the estate who will be seriously affected by the closure of the Montfort Way, which is the road that runs along here towards the Catholic Church and to the rear of the retail shopping complex, plus the bus stops. The closure will commence from the Catholic Church and bus stops for 154 metres in that direction to the junction of the Montfort Way and Lynchgate Road.
My name's Marion Ewan. I live at 2 Evesham Walk, Cannon Park, and I've lived here since 1998. We moved here deliberately because it was near to the shops, and yes, in case we couldn't drive anymore, you know, knowing that that little shopping part was there. That's why we moved here. Yeah.
Just tell me how things are going to change for you once the Montfort Way is stopped up.
Well, at the moment I'm very independent. I'm a widow and I like to do things for myself without being a burden on anyone else. So because of the fact that this little road, I can get to the shopping mall, you know, I can get to Tesco's and all the shops there that I use. I can get there very easily with my walker. I need a help to walk. I walk along to the church, past the car park, and I can go in the back entrance of Tesco's, and there I can do everything that I need. All the shops are there that I need, which means I retain my independence without asking anybody to do things for me.
Do you take the bus at all?
I do occasionally when I have to. I have to go to the doctor's, and my doctor's surgery, unfortunately there's no doctor's surgery at Cannon Park. I have to go to Green Lane. So I have to get the 42 bus there, and then I get it just outside the church here, which is I'm just able to do.
If the bus stop was moved to 3 times the distance from the point at which the Montfort Way has been stopped up, how would you feel about that? Oh,
I'd be devastated because I'd be completely lost. I wouldn't be able to do that. First of all, it's too far with my little trolley. You know, I need this trolley to walk, and then I would have to negotiate numerous lanes of traffic, and I'm slow. I can't do it very quickly, so I couldn't dodge in and out so quickly. I just wouldn't be able to do it at all. So I wouldn't be able to get to my doctor's, and I wouldn't be able to go into town at all. It would virtually be impossible for me to do that. I would be terrified. I don't think I could cope with crossing busy roads with a lot of traffic in and out. You know, as I say, I do need my walker to actually move around. I need to lean on that. And I can't hurry too much with that, so virtually I would be stuck. I just couldn't get round there.
My name is Pip Alford. I'm 76 years of age, and I have lived at 110 de Montfort Way for the last 18 years. I came up here from West Sussex, actually.
Okay.
My late husband was in a wheelchair, and Cannon Park was ideal at that time because it's flat, it has easy access for a wheelchair to the shopping centre. We were able to go up to the arts centre, etc.
How is the Tesco's or the stopping up of the Montfort Way going to affect your life?
It's going to affect me greatly. I am a non-driver, and therefore I rely on my feet and on public transport to get me almost everywhere that I go. I now have I walk down the road to the junction with de Montfort Way and Lynchgate Road, and then I have a perfectly safe public pavement to walk along to the bus stop. This, with the advent of the Tesco superstore, is all going to change. When we had the first public meeting with Tesco's to discuss this plan, it was pointed out to Tesco's that no provision had been made for pedestrians to safely access the store or the buses. I was told by Mr. Fletcher of Tesco's that I did not know what I was talking about, that would I be quiet, sit down, I would not be walking through a car park. Later on in the meeting, I rephrased the question and said to Mr. Fletcher, "I have arrived at the bus hub. I wish to go home. How do I proceed?" And his reply was, "To go into the store." I said, "No, I don't want to go into the store. I want to go home to Cannon Park." And I then described the route that I would have to take, approximately 10 to 12 lines of traffic before arriving at the junction with the Montfort Way, Lynchgate Road. The alternative would be to turn round, try and walk across the bus hub, the service road, watching out for traffic either coming down the ramp or going up the ramp, or a bus coming out of the bus hub before arriving at Lynchgate Road. There I have to cross the traffic. It can take me at present time more than 5 minutes wait before a suitable space occurs. Then I have a longer walk home, crossing at least 3 lines of traffic. And then the penny seemed to drop with him. And then he turned round and said, "Oh my God, we've forgotten the pedestrians." And you could see this remark going down the line of Tesco's representatives. At this point, it had not occurred to them that there was no provision for pedestrians. I go to the Catholic Church at least once a month for social activities. The Garden Society to which I belong holds their meeting there. And once again, it's at 7 till 9:30 at night. This is fine in the summer, but if this new scheme goes ahead, I shall feel very threatened if I have to walk through that car park, which would take me approximately 2 to 3 minutes, depending on the traffic. If I take the long way round, it's going to be 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the crossing of Lynchgate Road.
John Fuchs, 7 Lynn Green, Cannon Park, CV4, 7DG. Well, I've lived here 42 years. It's 43 years in October. One of my things I think is with the centre is it's a very good centre, but what they are proposing is you know, I want the shop upgraded, but not to the extent it's doing. But you know, that's nothing against Tesco, fine what they're doing. But I really feel if they want to do it properly, they've got to do it for all people. Because Tesco's are out-of-town stores to me, and basically they only cater for car people who come in cars. They don't actually cater for people who walk to the site, which I do regularly, at least once a day. I would not ever walk from daylight into an underground car park because it's artificial light and I can't focus. I've only got one eye, so I only see flat. I don't see three-dimensional with one eye. So that is an area for me, and I know at least, and this is the group I deal with because I don't know everybody on Cannon Park and everybody at the university, but I know at least 5, in fact I'd say there's 7 people who have got poor sight. I know one lady who's completely blind, and a very nice lady, and I know another guy who's exactly the same as I. He's got one eye and he walks there as well. So these are the sort of things that concern me. That there is no, in the proposed plan that I've seen, there is no walkways anywhere as I can see when you're on the side. There's certainly no cycle tracks because, as I've said earlier, the site is for cars only and thousands of cars coming. It also frightens me that the university are going to increase their situation down there by another 10,000 students. So there'll be 30,000 students on site. This is not counting people who work there as well. Barbara runs, as you know, my wife runs a group of ladies, which mainly widowers, and they're all between 70 and 90. And they're not all 90, but that's the age group they're between. And we meet every week, we meet at the church. Yeah, there's ladies come on, you know, walk up to the church, you know, pushing their three-wheel trucks to keep them upright. And there's again, as I say, there's ladies who are partially sighted that walk up there to the church hall that we use. That's one area the group will fail. I mean, it'll just close. There is no, there's no way that I can see that we can carry on meeting at the church with that group because of transport there, and they won't be able to walk as they do now.
Well, my name is Anne Capitani, and I've lived in Coventry since 1956, in another part of Coventry, but I've lived in this area for about 40 years. Mm. But it's only 8 years ago when I came into this bungalow. Mm. I came specifically because with my sight problem that was deteriorating and will continue to deteriorate, I found that it was going to be easy to reach the amenities up here, and I've managed to be independent, very independent in spite of my sight handicap. And it makes such a difference to me because when you have any type of handicap at all, you like to strive to keep your independence because, of course, you don't know what the future years are going to hold. So you want to make the most of your level of independence while you're able to do it. And I find that it's very, very good for me that I can just cross over to the other side of the road here and walk straight up to the bus stop, which is outside St Joseph's Church. There I can, with the aid of my little stick here, I can cross the road and have all the access to all the amenities there. With the different activities that I like to attend in Coventry itself, I use the bus very regularly, and also I use it for when I go to visit my doctor. The proposed plans, it seems as if I have to sort of negotiate a lot of traffic. And even if I go down Lynchgate Road, where the junction is going to be just on the corner there, where they're going to open up the University Road as well as the other one, is it Sir Humphreys?
William Lyons Road.
Well, the William Lyons Road. Well, there's going to be such congestion there. And even at present, on the present scale of traffic that's there, it's very, very difficult. There should have been a proper pedestrian crossing there years ago. But what will happen in the future with all the excessive amount of traffic going up to the university and to the other areas, as well as onto the shopping car parks, I think it's going to be just an accident waiting to happen. And if it happens at that junction, then the whole of the road system here will be closed. So it'll be hard luck if someone takes ill here and needs an ambulance, because if the roads are closed up there with any form of congestion or accident, it's going to just create chaos. With the number of pensioners there are on this estate now, that it's going to mean a drastic reduction in their independence. Because, you know, I meet several of them almost daily, and for them it's part of their daily routine just to go up there, and they can meet other friends, or even if they don't meet other friends, the fairly easy access just across the road means that they can just go up and feel that they're still part of society instead of being isolated.
If the stopping up of the Montfort Way is approved, the impact on the local residential community will be immense. Motorists would be landlocked at certain times of the day because of the increased volume of traffic that the new retail centre would attract. Pensioners would lose their independence as the access to the shops, church and bus stops would be seriously impaired. Their access would be via an undercover car park, which would be very intimidating for them, or an additional walk of approximately half a mile. Both of these options would seriously blight the lives of local residents, especially the visually impaired and disabled.